Hello everybody, and welcome back to Cam Critiques. A few days ago, we got a brand new Nintendo Direct, and glancing over the announcements on paper, it looks like it must have been pretty fantastic. But, sadly, almost all of those announcements had some catch. Frankly, I walked away from the Direct feeling disappointment above all else. And I think that these disappointing announcements represent my disappointment with much of the Nintendo Switch's library as a whole, quite well. So today, I'll be going through those announcements and explaining exactly what I mean. The first big announcement we saw was Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Now, I enjoy some of the Warriors spin-offs, and I enjoy Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I'm sure I'll like this game a decent amount, but I can't help but be disappointed that this wasn't a new mainline title. Since the release of Fire Emblem 3 Houses, the last mainline title, we've seen 6 new Musou games, and in less than a week, that number will be 7. I mean, really, why is Nintendo's output so slow? What's going on here? I totally get why Breath of the Wild 2 takes 6 years, or why Mario Odyssey doesn't have a sequel yet. Those games are ambitious, ultra-polished titles that need to be amazing and Nintendo doesn't want to face endless backlash. But Fire Emblem 3 Houses doesn't have anywhere near that level of polish. It wasn't even primarily developed by Intelligent Systems, the team behind every other mainline Fire Emblem entry. In fact, looking at Intelligent Systems during the fleeting years that the Wii U and 3DS were the primary Nintendo consoles, they released 13 games. On the Switch, which has now been relevant for years longer than the Wii U ever was, they've put out 3. One of them is Fire Emblem 3 Houses, which again was primarily handled by someone else, Koei Tecmo. And another is WarioWare Get It Together, a budget release. The Switch games they're putting out aren't more ambitious. They're not more polished. They're not better, and I don't know why they're taking so much more time. Nintendo's output as a whole has slowed down in a way that has me feeling somewhat concerned about their future titles, and Intelligent Systems really is the perfect example. The next big announcement this Direct gave us was that of Mario Strikers Battle League. Mario Strikers is one of the most beloved Mario sports franchises out there, and it's great to see it come back after so long. But something's clearly not right here. The aesthetic is too sanitized. The characters are too generic, the animations are too tame. The general art style is still there, and the gameplay still looks fun. I have no doubt that this will be the best Mario sports game on Switch. There frankly isn't much competition. But much like Super Mario Party with the removed car and Mario Golf Super Rush with its story mode, I suspect the returning fan favorite elements here will end up being pretty blatantly superficial. The aesthetic will definitely be less distinct, and the gameplay will probably be less deep and engaging. Now, I'll absolutely take this era of Mario sports games over the last. Mario Tennis Ultra Smash is truly abysmal. But this era is still not ideal. This game looks like another step in the right direction, though that step seems far too small. After Mario Strikers, we got the reveal of Nintendo Switch Sports, a new entry in the Wii Sports franchise. And I really wanted to be excited about this one. I'm a big fan of Wii Sports Resort. But that's why I know how disappointing this game appears to be. Right off the bat, we see that it only has 6 sports, half as many as Resort, and some of them share a lot of similarities. A third of this game's content is made up of tennis and badminton. There's no archery, no flying around Woohoo Island, no seeing who can draw their blade the fastest while achieving an accurate slice. At launch, there's not even golf. They already announced that golf will come in a later patch. Even an inherently simple franchise like Wii Sports can't escape Nintendo's desire to gut their Switch releases and drip feed the content that always should have been there at launch. Then, as the Direct neared its end, Nintendo hinted that an upcoming trailer was related to Earthbound. And as it began, it was the big reveal that Mother 1 and 2 are being released via Nintendo Switch Online. This really should not be treated like a big deal. Nintendo should be embarrassed that it took them over 3 years to pull this feat off. Nintendo's treatment of the retro content overall on Switch has been extremely disappointing. On the Wii U, they were regularly putting out releases like Metroid Prime Trilogy, Mario 64 DS, The Legend of Zelda Minish Cap, Star Tropics, such a wide variety of games from such a large stretch of time, releasing so regularly. Earthbound was one of the first games you could download. Then you look at the present, where they're treating Ocarina of Time like a big release during the Switch's 5th year. Earthbound is the first Super Nintendo game we've seen in over 6 months. It's truly dire. When the Switch was first announced, One of the things that particularly excited me was the possibility of playing some of my favorite Nintendo classics on a portable console with ease. I never would have imagined that almost 6 years later, I'd still be waiting. And then, right before they revealed Xenoblade Chronicles 3, the one first-party announcement that I felt I could get excited for without being disappointed about something, they announced Mario Kart 8 DLC. 48 tracks for $25. That sounds like a great deal. But this was probably the worst announcement of them all for so many reasons. First of all, every track is old. It's something we've seen before. It's a remade map from a past title. Many of Mario Kart 8's remade tracks are great, but the last time we saw a new Mario Kart track in a console game was in 2015. We're about to go 10 years with nothing new. Then just look at this gameplay. Just look at it, it looks so rough. And no, this probably isn't just early footage. These courses are out in a month. This is just such a massive visual downgrade from Mario Kart 8, an 8-year-old title now. And it looks like, and frankly probably is, upscaled stuff from the Mario Kart mobile game. So now we know that, over the next 2 years, the Mario Kart content we'll be seeing is old tracks rendered with cheap, ugly graphics. We'll go at least 10 years without anything new to race on. There's no more hope for any brand new Mario Kart content on Switch. Also, just compare this to the DLC Mario Kart 8 got on Wii U. Sure, there were only 16 tracks for $12. That is a slightly worse value. But we also got characters, we got vehicles, and we got original tracks rendered beautifully. It didn't feel cheap, it didn't feel rushed, it felt like what I once expected from Mario Kart content. And as the Switch's life cycle has continued to go on, one of the main things I've learned is that I can no longer have these expectations. Mario games might be unfinished. Mario Kart tracks might be asset-flipped mobile stuff. Pokemon games might feel cheaply made. $60 Zelda remakes might somehow have performance issues. Ports of old titles might have higher prices. Really, Nintendo has slowly but surely lost almost all the trust I once had as a consumer. Now, this Direct wasn't terrible, nor is a Nintendo Switch. Again, I'm very excited for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I can't wait for the fully localized HD 2D version of Live Alive. I can't believe Square Enix is re-releasing Radical Dreamers, and it feels great to finally see Klonoa return. And I'm sure titles like Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes and Mario Strikers Battle League will be a fun time. But I'm tired of almost every Nintendo announcement having some catch. I'm tired of walking away from almost every Direct feeling disappointed above all else. Thank you guys for watching this video, I really appreciate it. If you liked it, I'd also really appreciate it if you liked, commented, hit the notification bell, and or subscribed. I'd also recommend you check out some of my other content, like my 2-part ranking of almost every other first-party Nintendo Switch game. If you want to see additional updates about the channel, follow me on Twitter or Instagram, or join my Discord server, all linked in the description below. Thank you all for watching, have a great rest of your day.